Alrighty. Turn my music down a little bit. I stumbled across some Baker mat. Let me also turn my computer audio way down because... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, Baker mat. Mostly because I saw a clip, or yeah, a picture of one of the videos, and I feel like I'm gonna bump my head on that a bunch. Let me just move it a little bit. There we go. That's all right. And it had a cartoon dog on it, and then I watched the video, and it is pretty cool music. Very like house. DJ. I don't know. Been into it lately, and it's been fun. I'm working on the basses right now. I'm just trying to get some dynamic kind of terrain angles going. I'm trying to get some cork down, and then I'll put some wood filler on. Mostly the Eons of Battle basing sort of technique. Which way do I want this to go? That's flat. I want that to sit there. I don't mind a little bit of overhang. Yeah. Okay, and then that was also cut on an angle, but I don't know that I'll actually need that. Let me just try and dry fit this one. If you can see that. Also, I'm not... Okay, good. I'm not coming into frame there. Believably angled, you know? Maybe. And then if I do this, that's not really on an angle in that direction, eh? Part of me is like, I want him just to be leaping up onto this to like springboard off, I think. So I'll let that dry for a minute. Work on a different one. Some of these need more work than others. I think this bow wielder with the arrow knocked, I think I'm just gonna... They're all in like running poses, or at least most of them are, and I feel like I just kind of want... It makes it harder to sort of set them the way I want. That's fine. That seems okay. That seems okay. Yeah, okay. So while this one dries and cures, I've been pinning these because I think it's probably going to be better, more secure. I'm just going to use the pin vise here and drill a little bit into the base of the foot. Oh, that didn't work the way I wanted it to. Wasn't paying attention. That's my bad. That's fine. I can do that again. Sort of. Try this here. Should work. Okay. I put a noise gate on, so hopefully you're not getting too much background noise. I've got what have I got? I don't know. Sometimes there's just a lot of background noise in the house. For just me living here. But there's also a wood stove happening behind me. And a fair bit of hard surface walls, so it's probably bouncing it off and stuff. But figured I'd try the noise gate, see if that will help with some of the background fuzz that I noticed when I was sort of taking a look at some of the previous captured recordings from streams. This track is called Drunk Baby on a Saturday Night. Okay. I'm not going to question it. It's got a beat. All right. So how much do I need to clip? I didn't get very far in that. That's fine. Maybe I can go a little further. A little better. Okay, clip. I don't need a ton of wire here, but let me just clip some. There we go. And where do I want it to sit? Something like that is probably good. Not in frame. Better. That's mostly on the base, so I think that's a good spot for it. Straighten that up a little bit. And then let me drill into the cork. And through to the plastic, all the way through the plastic base. Or at least most of the way through. Kind of see it poking through where it's discoloring. Will the camera catch that? Right under that 1 and 0. There we go. And now you can see it went all the way through. Okay. That's fine. And feed that in. How far down is it going to go? Okay, pokes out a little bit. I can actually just bring that back. There we go. Nice and flat there. I'll put a little sprue goo just to kind of seal that. Okay. That's one more with the base figured out. Go. Good. Looks all right. Yeah. Cool. Happy with that. Let me just fix the foot there that I drilled through. Just put a little bit of plastic glue on that. Should help. Close that back in. It's probably not going to be seen really. Maybe a little sprue goo in where that hole, the first one was. Drop in there. Good. Happy with that. Set those ones off to the side together so I remember which ones go with which. That super glue has dried and... Okay, so looking at this... I think I want it angled back a little bit more. Which means trim this down. Got a container off to the side of just like cork bits. Is that better? Do I want to hit both? Am I fully zoomed on this? Yeah, I am actually. Okay. See if I can. That might be a little better. Give me a second. Okay. I might bump the camera. As you can see, it's a lot closer. It is just my phone. But this is a little easier to see, so I'm okay with that. I think for stability, I want the back foot just lifting off, but I think I need more angle there. Like it lifts up too much to be believable at the back. So if I just trim that off and trim here a little bit. Then almost looks as though he's racing up a hill, right? Cool. And I think right at the end, right at the top there, I think I can probably do a little bit more. Maybe. Or do an even steeper angle. How's that going to look? If I do a steeper angle. That might be good. Yeah, that might work. Kind of like that. Yep, I'm doing that. Okay, more super glue. The super glue is probably over a year old, like opened over a year. So I think it's kind of drying out a little, which is fine. I have another partial bottle and I stopped off at the dollar store earlier in the week and picked up a couple more bottles of super glue. There we go. Okay. All right. And thick end towards the top of the hill. Hold that in place for a second. There we go. Okay. Check how that fits. I'll probably shave off, just like I'll shave into that a little bit. Actually, why don't I do that now? No. There we go. And then I can smooth it out with the wood filler after. So I'll set that one there for a bit. I'm probably not going to go as steep on the rest of them. I just think it'd be cool to have a really tall one. What else we got? We have this one, which looks like he's leaping over something. Might be a good candidate. Like he's leaping over the stone or the rock or something. Or maybe he's just landing. He might just be landing. Yeah, I think he might just be landing. This one's a little tricky because I don't... Well, if he's landing and he's landing in mud, then I don't need to actually worry about getting wood filler on the boot, right? I can put wood, I can glue it down to the base. And not worry about that. So let's do that. So just leaped over this little mound here and is landing, ready to join the fight. Yeah? And the pose is already on an angle just based on the a little extra plastic glue around there for stability. Oh, that melted what was already starting to cure. I do that all the time. All the time. Okay, give me a second. There. Okay. Try not to knock that one too much. I'll come back to it later. Come back to it later. It'll be okay. All right, next up. This one with the big ol' axe. Sort of mid-stride. The hair. The hair gets me. The hair is so fun. So ridiculous. All right. What do we got? Striding around a little hill? That's okay. Yeah, and if I build this up, it's like a little... like a stone wall. Ooh, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do a little stone wall there on that one. Okay, that I like. Like a rubble wall. No, I don't actually play Middle Earth strategy battle game simulation, whatever. I just wanted something to build a couple months ago, so I picked it up at the local shop, and because it was reasonably priced, and it's been a decent kit to put together. And I'm probably going to use it in my tabletop games. I play D&D. I play recently Draw Steel, which has been very fun and very ridiculous, and I think maybe my new favorite TTRPG. It doesn't have any two-hit roll. It's you automatically hit because you are explicitly in the system a hero. The enemies also don't have a two-hit roll. So like everybody hits, but you roll dice to determine how well. There's more to it than that, but that's kind of the base function of the system. It's 2d10. If you get an 11 or lower, it's tier 1. 12 to 16 is tier 2, and then 17 up is a tier 3. So if you're playing a level 1 character, also the abilities are ridiculous at level 1. Like we haven't even got to level 2 and people are doing crazy stuff. Like not on their turn, they're taking out a whole squad of minions. Like the minions are rushing in to attack them, and before the minions get an attack off, half of them are just obliterated, thrown against the wall. So from my perspective running the game, it's very fun watching my players discover how heroic and ridiculous they can be. But also from just somebody who enjoys games, it really feels like it is cutting down on a lot of the sort of dead time in combat. Just from even we're still learning how the system plays and what everybody's abilities do and things like that. But just from a sense of, does this hit their armor? Yes or no, and then roll damage. Like you're cutting out that whole thing. So it's ideal 4 damage to that goblin and push them 3 squares into the wall. And when they hit the wall, because they're right next to it, they take extra damage from impacting a physical object. So it's just a cool system. Is that kind of wall-like? Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm good with that. Just moving some things around on my screen here. Cool. Okay. Set that one aside in a place where it's clear that those two go together. And then, who's going to be on this like rocky dirt patch here? I think it's going to be Big Sword. Big Sword. That feels a little too much off the back there, so I think he's going to be running down. Oh. Rushing down the hill towards an enemy. Yep. Yeah, I think that's the angle. Okay. Let's pin this. A little beat break in the song I'm listening to. Oh. Here comes the backing melody again. What's interesting is I've got OBS up, which is what I'm looking at right now. And then on another screen, I've got Twitch and YouTube side by side to just sort of like see what's happening, because I'm still pretty new to this. OBS is getting like real-time input, which makes sense. Twitch is getting like an earlier output than YouTube is. Like there's a longer delay between OBS and YouTube than there is between OBS and Twitch, which I find interesting. I may be the only one who finds it interesting. That's, you know. Okay. So I want in, which is it's a paperclip, because I have a bunch of them. I don't know why I bought so many. I think it was just a pack, and I was like, okay. I don't think I was even pinning models at that point. I was just like, oh, I need some paper clips for something. I need to pin this a little bit deeper in the foot. Oh, brushed my stand with my head and made it shake a little. Sorry. I get the feeling like my bits are not particularly sharp. Which may be true. Okay. Oh, that one doubled. but this one has a music video. Yeah, the dog. There we go. I think that's good. Okay, down the hill. On an angle. There we go. Oops. Did I just break that? No. Maybe. Fine. No, I didn't break it. I just... I'm going to drill through the base so it has somewhere to go. That playlist is done. Maybe this one? Official visualizer. Oh, I want the music. I'm not even watching the music videos. Why don't I just play these? There we go. Okay. That's the angle. Okay. This one's a very sad one. Track. Bad Dreams. Bigger Mat. The ending. No spoilers. I have some stuff printing out on my 3D printer. Something for a friend of mine. A couple things for me. Maybe I'll do stuff on stream later. And then there are some files that I was interested in that I don't know how they're going to print and what they're going to be like once they're printed. They might be smaller than I think, which is fine. I don't need them huge, but I might use them as like ornaments on the tree, or do a quick paint job with the airbrush on them and paint them up. So we'll see. Okay, that one goes with that one. Oh, so sad. Such a sad end. Okay, let's do the torch with shield, which is an odd combination, I gotta say. It's an odd combination. I think they're going to be coming down the hill as... Whoa, that's leaned way back. They're coming down the hill as well, right? Unless they're coming up. Might be coming up. I'm just leaping over this. Yeah, I think that's going to be it. Do I have enough shoe? Probably not. I don't think it makes sense to pin this one. I'm just gonna. I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah. Hang on. That looks good. Going off a hill. Okay. Maybe I do pin it. Figure that out later. It's fine. That goes there. All right. This. Okay. That. Well, if I put a lot of pressure on, of course it's gonna snap. Okay. That one there. This. How's this looking? I don't know. I just don't think it's that believable. I need to take a little bit off by the heel, I think. There we go. That's looking okay. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Good. Move that out of the way somewhere. Sorry. I knew I'd be doing that. Okay. This one. This one running by like a ditch or a gully or something makes sense. And it can be mostly flat. And the lean can be the angle. as I was coming around a corner. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, this one I do want to pin. Probably only going to go for a little bit longer. Oh, that one fell over. Okay. Fix this one. Autofocus is not fantastic. It leaves something to be desired. That's okay. Do, 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 do. That's longer than I need, isn't it? Yeah, that's a little longer than I need. Probably another 5 minutes or so. Do I have extra bases? Weird. I have 1 extra base, maybe? That's cool. Oh, was that the one? Yeah, that's the one that I did the... Oops. Okay. That's fine. 4 bases. 3 models? That one goes with that one, that one, there. Those ones. That one, that one, that one. Yeah. I have an extra base. Cool. Unless did I miss something on the sprues? That one looks pretty picked clean. That one, I don't have any legs from what I can see. That one just has a few weapons. Yeah, okay. An extra base. Good. Some extra bases. All right. Well, huh? Yeah. A little more upright than I want. Maybe something like that. Mid stride. Yeah. Something like that. That's good. And then this one. Pointing across that sort of thing. Yeah, good. Okay. And this one with the big pitchfork thing. Maybe planning to leap over something or just running past. Running past. I think just running past. Try and pose it on a bit of an angle. Yeah. That looks good. Okay. I just got pretty tired. So I think I'm going to call it here. Have a good rest of the weekend.